Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started with our event. Thank you everybody so much for coming to our meeting today. And thank you so much for visiting us at our booth at all of the student org fair, at the Iowa Edge org fair, the Community of Color, as well as the student org fair from yesterday evening. Okay, so first I'm going to give a quick introduction of our what MAPS is, and then we're going to go into the executive board members and kind of talk about their position and what they kind of do at in MAPS. But first, we're going to have a quick introduction from Dr. Martinez, our advisor for this club.
Hello, and I know, and Dr. Del Castillo is also one of the other advisors. I'm not sure if she's on right now, but I know she can introduce herself as well. I'm so glad to see all of you. For those I can see, I hope at some point we can meet each other in humanness, because that would be amazing. I am the Associate Dean of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion in the Carver College of Medicine. I'm also a family physician, and actually, as of today, I just signed on the dotted line. I am the interim Associate Vice President of UI Healthcare for Health Parity, which is to help health disparities. So I'm so excited about that. So anyway, one of the things though that I absolutely love and has brought me complete life here at Iowa is MAPS. I and some really amazing students helped to start the organization in 2012 with the goal of helping you all become successful in going into health professional school. Whether that's medical school, dental school, whatever you decide, of all the different options, pharmacy, et cetera. Our goal is to really make you all successful. And that's my passion. For those of you who have heard me speak before, I was one of those folks that my pre-med advisor said I would never be a doctor. And look at me now. So, but that took a lot of help, guidance, and support. And so one of those really, really critical places is MAPS. And so if you're new, or if this is the first time you're here, this is one of the best things you can do, in my opinion, at Iowa, and where I hope I get to meet many of you and look forward to supporting you. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Martinez. Okay, so what is MAPS? So MAPS stands for the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students. The name does have the word minority in it, but you do not have to be a minority to join our club. Another thing with our name is we have the word pre-health in it as well. So MAPS, we actually have 200 plus MAPS chapters across the United States. So it is kind of like a national club, and it's very well known. But each chapter has their own name, and they can kind of choose what they put in there. Sometimes they put pre-med at the end, but here at Iowa, we put pre-health just because we want to be super inclusive of everybody. And so what pre-health means is, I guess, everything underneath the healthcare field. So like pre-med, pre-dental, pharmacy, public health, PT, nursing, et cetera, everything like that. So MAPS is an academic support group that we try to motivate you, as well as give you great opportunities to kind of boost your applications and make you super competitive for graduate school programs. Another unique thing about MAPS is that we have super strong ties with the University of Iowa Carver College of Medicine. As you heard just a quick few minutes ago, we have our advisor, Dr. Martinez. She is the Dean of the Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion at the Carver College. And she is a super great help with getting us connected with a whole bunch of health professionals, as well as medical students, graduate students, and faculty at the University of Iowa Hospital and clinics. So that's what makes us kind of stand out from the other clubs, is our affiliation with the Carver College of Medicine. And so what do we provide? So MAPS provides the support, knowledge, tools, resources, anything that you need to be successful during your pre-health journey here at Iowa. And so here at MAPS, we know that being a pre-health student can be super scary, just because you have a whole bunch of questions that you don't have the answers to. So these questions can be like, how do I find volunteer opportunities? How do I ask a doctor for some shadowing opportunities? How do I make a personal statement? And so here at MAPS, we try to help you answer all of those questions. And so now we are going to go ahead and get to meet all of our executive board here at MAPS. Here is Dr. Martinez. You just heard her speak. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next advisor. So this is Dr. Del Castillo. She's our second advisor, and she's the director of the Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion here at the University of Iowa. Dr. Del Castillo does amazing work with students. So she works very closely with SNMA, which is a medical school student org at the Carver College of Medicine. And they help us tremendously in a lot of our events. So like the speed mentoring that we have, that's going to be mainly the SMA members over there kind of helping us out. And those are the students that Dr. Del Castillo works really closely with.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Erin. I came on a little bit later. I couldn't find the link,
hello.
But hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today. And yeah, thanks for the introduction, Erin. I think you said everything. So welcome.
Sorry about that. I didn't know you came in.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Glad to have you here, Dr. Del Castillo. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and move on. Next is Dr. Mohammed Saraju. So he is a resident physician here at the University of Iowa, Carver. Oh, sorry. I got a Zoom message. But Dr. Saraju is a physician resident here, and he's going to be helping out MAPS this semester as well. He's going to be helping us find some faculty as well as other health professionals at the hospital and clinics to kind of be a part of like panels as well as maybe some socials as well. So you guys get to network with a whole bunch of health professionals. So he's going to collaborate with us this semester as well. Next is me. Hello, everyone. My name is Aaron Tran. I am the president of MAPS this semester. I'm going to be a senior. My major is human physiology on the pre-med track. And my hobbies are working out, taking random walks, listening to music. I'm also a part of the University of Iowa Taekwondo Sports Club. And some advice that I have for everybody is don't be discouraged by the mistakes that you have made during college, because eventually everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to do bad on an exam. But you just have to remember to have an open mindset and be willing to learn from those mistakes and not let them hold you down.
Hi, everybody. My name is Susan Anel, and I am currently serving as the Vice President for MAPS. I am a junior, and I am a human physiology major on the pre-medicine track. In my free time, I really enjoy baking. I like to make pies, and I might attempt some cake pops later this weekend. I love to volunteer at the hospital and spend time with my friends and family. And if I have a piece of advice for everybody, it would be one I'm still trying to do myself, but it's to take time to take care of yourself. The journey that we're on is a marathon and not a sprint. So it's very important to take care of yourself, especially when you're just trying to adjust to college and adjust to a new semester. And then overall, this is what we preach, or we hope to preach to patients someday, which is for them to take care of themselves. And we also need to do the same.
Hi everyone, my name is Julie. I'll be serving as secretary this semester. I'm a senior and my major is human physiology on the pre-medicine track. Some of my hobbies are traveling, volunteering, cooking, and eating food. And some advice I would give is that not everything is going to go your way in college. As somebody who planned out my freshman year to senior year, not everything went with that plan, and it's okay. As long as you just try your best and keep working on it, everything will work out in the end.
Hi, everybody. My name's Alian. I'm the treasurer. I basically help finance the events and collect dues. I'm a junior this year, human physiology major on the pre-med track. Some of my hobbies are reading, golfing, gaming, and watching sports. And my piece of advice is just a quote. One of my favorite quotes is if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward.
Okay, I think Tina K is not here right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her. So Tina K is our mobile clinic liaison. She is going to be a senior this year and she's majoring in microbiology with a minor in French. Her hobbies are traveling, eating food or just food, and bread making. And her advice is to be present and find joy in all the smallest of things. Sweet.
Hi, I'm Gianna. I will be the shadowing coordinator. I am a senior and I am a biology major. My hobbies are reading, traveling, and collecting succulents, and really any type of plant now. And my advice is to branch out, take different types of courses or activities outside of your major, like taking a mythology class or joining student body government.
Hi everyone, my name is Rabab Naqvi and I'm the public relations person this year. I'm a senior and my major is psychology and I have an entrepreneurial management certificate. I am on the pre-PA track. Some of my hobbies are reading, watching movies, and eating yummy foods. And some advice that I would give to like basically anyone on the pre-health track is not comparing yourself to anybody else or not like letting it discourage you from wanting to do what you want to do.
Hi guys, my name is Travis. I'm going to be the social chair guy. I'm a sophomore and I'm majoring in neuroscience on the pre-med track too. Some of my hobbies are music, tennis, napping, hanging out with friends, and eating ramen for dinner. And my advice would be to just get your sleep, guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Ratsikhan. I'm one of the two support group liaisons here. I'm a junior studying nursing. Hobbies include reading, cooking, thrifting. I feel like it changes all the time because I'm always trying to find something new to do. But as of lately, this is what I've been up to. And some advice I have is definitely to be open to all possibilities. You'll never know how you're going to grow. Just saying yes to many things. Like today, I said yes to some things and now I have a job at the hospital. So it's really fun and I'm really excited to be here with you guys. And then I'm going to pass the torch on to my co-support group liaison, Eunice.
Hello. Hi, my name is Eunice, and I added my slide like super last minute, so I don't think it's showing up. But I'm a senior this year, and my major is human physiology, and I'm on the pre-med track. And my hobbies are that like I love trying new foods. I love eating. I love Asian cuisine, and honestly, also I just love being a couch potato. I love staying in bed. I love staying on the couch. I don't like to go outside very much, but yeah. And my advice would be that just remember that you can live life as you continue to strive for your goals, and like just remember that there's more to life than just studying and like all the pre-health requirements that you have to like fulfill. And just remember that to just stop and just think and just enjoy yourself. Yeah. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi everyone, my name is Hasia. I'll be the community chair. I'll be coordinating the volunteer events for you guys this year. I'm a sophomore, also human phys major on the pre-med track with a Spanish minor. I love to travel, lift weights, play soccer, play FIFA, and spend time with my family and friends. And the biggest piece of advice I can give someone is whatever you do it by heart.
Okay, so next we're gonna go over some of the events that we kind of offer. Some of you guys already kind of heard about our events yesterday at our student org fair, but we're gonna try to go a little bit more in depth for you today, just so that you kind of get a better idea of what type of events we're gonna be holding this semester.
In the past, we have hosted many graduate student and admission panels, Last year, we had an event with Amy Ahern, a Carver admissions coordinator. We also had panels with admission personnel from a variety of pre-health graduate schools here in Iowa City. I believe last fall semester, we hosted an admission panel with people from Carver College of Medicine, the College of Dentistry, the Physician Assistant Program, and the College of Pharmacy. Likewise, when we have graduate student panels, we try to host a variety of pre-health graduate students, so all pre-health groups are represented.
We also have held vitals and suture labs. So with vitals labs, as you can see in the pictures, we do stuff with stethoscopes and blood pressure cuffs. I remember when I did this, we tested some reflexes as well. This was a really great opportunity to practice some of those tactical skills and learn some of those tactical skills that you might be using as a pre-health professional. And then you also get the chance to kind of work with someone and interact with them in a patient healthcare provider sense. And so there's a lot of great opportunities for practice. Additionally, we also offer suture labs. Traditionally, as you can see, we have done them with chickens, which is part of the fun. It might sound kind of gross, but it is part of the fun. But in this past year, with everything going on, we were also able to hold a virtual suture lab event in which we gave out suture kits, and everyone was able to learn from our medical student volunteers, Dr. Martinez, and a few other volunteers who came out to help us. So these are some really wonderful events in which you kind of get to practice some of the more tactical skills of being a healthcare professional.
One of the other events we hold is case-based learning. And in this event, you will work with other MAP students to clinically reason and diagnose through medical scenarios with the help of medical students from the Carver College of Medicine. This will be like a great opportunity to get a sense of what graduate students do in the healthcare field. And it's also a good time just to connect with medical students because you're going to be in small groups. If you want to ask questions about what they're doing, it's just a great time to network and get to know the medical students.
All right, so another one of our events is the resume and personal statement workshop. So in the past, or I should say last year, we had a resume workshop with the University of Iowa's Career Center. It was all virtual. We do try to offer you opportunities to try and connect with like pre-health graduate students to work on your personal statement. And then just making sure that you stay tuned to hear like what opportunities or what it might look like this year.
Okay, so Iowa Mobile Clinic, the main mission is to provide free healthcare resources to underserved populations within Iowa City or around Iowa City. And we are always looking for more volunteers to handle like a variety of positions such as the EMR registration, vitals, labs, education, scribe. Is a great way. Is honestly, like just speaking from experience, I love mobile clinic. I love everyone I meet in mobile clinic, and everyone is really passionate about what they do. And it's just a really good way to get some experience interacting with patients and just like learning more about healthcare in general and like what the community needs healthcare wise. So check us out. Sorry, and here's the mobile clinic QR code. I think this is the sign up. Is that right? Is it for this upcoming? Yeah, I think it would link you to the icon page to log in. Is that right? Just double checking here.
Yes, it should be to the sign up sheet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and we also have lovely physician speakers. We met Dr. Martinez earlier, but along with Dr. Martinez in the past, we've had Dr. Ferguson and Dr. Ortega as well. They come in and kind of like explain their experience and talk about different topics. It's really fun, kind of get to know them on a deeper level and stuff, and just to hear about their stories. And this semester, we're actually going to have Dr. Martinez and an event with Dr. Ortega as well. So definitely looking forward to that one.
Yes, and I also wanted to mention that I'm actually a part of Dr. Ortega's lab, and he is actually we're looking for undergraduate research assistants. So if you're wanting to get into research and something with neurology, strokes, aneurysms, if you're interested in any of that, I'll put the link to his lab in the chat, and you can look at all what we do. And if you're interested, you can send an email as well.
Another event we host is the Graduate Student Mentoring, where our members will have the opportunity to meet with current medical, nursing, dental, physician assistant, physical therapy, and public health students. Think of this event as kind of like a speed date where you rotate between the students and get to ask them questions, get advice, tips, and tricks, and hopefully walk away with a mentor that you can refer to later on, because not that long ago, they were also in your shoes. And plus, there's free food.
Okay, so Summer Health Profession Education Program, also known as SHPEP. So this is a summer program, not really an event that we host. Like we will be hosting an event for this, just an informational event, just so that you can learn more about this program, but it will be over the summer. So this program is open to freshmen and sophomores, and it is a 6-week summer program for undergraduate students, and it's free. Something unique about SHPEP here at Iowa is that the participants actually receive an automatic admissions interview at the Carver College of Medicine, Dentistry, Pharmacy, and all the other pre-health tracks, I believe, as well. But that's a really cool incentive, a really cool thing that makes SHPEP different from all the other SHPEP programs from the other universities. And so what we do in SHPEP is you get 3 science courses: organic chemistry, physics, and anatomy, I believe. And so you get to take those courses during the summer for free. And then once SHPEP is over and you take those classes again at the university, you're going to be ahead of the game. You're going to be ahead of everybody else, and the material is going to make a lot more sense to you. And you probably get a really great grade on those classes as well. Another thing that SHPEP does is we have about 2 to 3 lectures every single day. And so a big misconception that people have about SHPEP is that it's going to be a whole lot of work and it's just going to be another college course that you take over the summer. But the lectures that you're going to be taking during SHPEP are going to be events like we hold, the events like MAPS holds. So it's going to be a whole bunch of graduate student panels, admissions panels, as well as you're going to do suturing as well in SHPEP as well. So all those lectures are going to be super useful, and they're going to boost your application. Really, you're going to learn how to create a strong personal statement, and you're going to learn how to create a professional email as well. Something small little detail like that, how to create a professional email, is really important. So SHPEP really digs deep into everything you need to know to be a really competitive applicant. Another something similar with SHPEP is, or the similar thing between MAPS and SHPEP is that I think SHPEP is like the bigger brother of MAPS, if that makes sense. So think of MAPS and then like multiply it by 20. So right now, MAPS, we're holding 1 event per week, but during SHPEP, you're going to have 3 lectures every single day for 6 weeks. So MAPS is just down here, and then SHPEP is like really up here. So you get to learn a whole bunch about healthcare fields during SHPEP. So you'll learn about the really bad side of healthcare with implicit bias and medical racism. And then you get to learn about the good side of healthcare as well. And when you do attend SHPEP, you really are going to be ahead of the game. You know, as a freshman and sophomore, all the knowledge that you're going to get is going to make you, 1 foot through the door compared to those who haven't gone through this program, because you really do learn a whole lot during this program. I'm not going to say too much anymore because we are going to have a whole separate event just for SHPEP.
Okay, so our support and study groups is a new project kind of that we that MAPS implemented last year during COVID, And I think it's a fantastic way for us to build community, for students to just come together and just provide support to one another. That's literally what it is. So just in general, it's 45 minutes within a small group. And me and Lisa, we are the support group liaisons. So we would have like our first meeting on Tuesday at 8 p.m. We are not sure which Tuesday yet, but we will send out an email about that, and like we'll just meet once every 2 weeks or once a month. And our main goal is to just build the community, make connections, and just either discuss current topics or have fun activities together or even study together. So this is just like a safe space. We are just looking to build a safe space for our pre-health students to just come together, gather, and just to like meet people. And like this initiative started because last semester we were really restricted because of COVID. So yeah, hope you guys would like to sign up and join us.
Another thing I just wanted to add, so Eunice and I last semester, we were just support group leaders. So within support groups, there are leadership opportunities. And now we're on exec, so just keep that in mind, guys. I think it'll be really fun for you to gain some leadership skills and build on what you've already got going on.
So at MAPS, we do take attendance of everybody who shows up to each event. And most events are worth 1 point, some are worth 2 points, and all of this is tallied throughout the semester and throughout the year. To be eligible to earn a graduation cord, you need to earn 10 points total throughout like 4 years. And then also in the spring, when we have our exec board application, we do take into account how active all the members are. So somebody who went to all the events and who was very involved with the organization will have a much better chance of being on the exec board. And also a lot of our exec members are seniors this year. So a lot of people are gonna graduate and there are gonna be a lot of openings. So just make sure you try to go to as many events as you can.
Thank you. Just a quick correction here for the points needed for the graduation cord. So those 10 points are actually going to be for the year. So if you are just joining now and you're a junior, you can try to get those 10 points within these last 2 semesters and you'll still be able to get that graduation cord.
Here we have a tentative list of all of the events we have planned for you all this upcoming semester. Our first event will be held next week and we will be hosting a mental health workshop. Right now we are in for Wednesday, September 8th at 7 p.m. And if this date changes, will all be notified via email. But this is a workshop in which we're gonna all talk with a counseling member about mentally preparing for a healthy school year and everything that goes into that. So we'd love to see you all there. And then I'm just gonna kind of list off the rest of the events that we have planned for this semester. Once again, these are tentative dates. We are planning to have a mobile clinic event in which you may get the opportunity to perform the necessary trainings in order to be a mobile clinic volunteer. We have a speed mentoring event planned, a gap and opportunities event, a suture lab event, case-based learning, a Q&A with residents and faculty, and an admissions panel with deans of various deans of various professional schools as being people in that panel. Our newer interventional speaker, Dr. Ortega, Dr. Martinez will be giving a talk to us all about implicit bias in healthcare. We'll be having another mental health event just to check in with everybody. And we have, as we have been saying, a SHPEP info meeting, and we have planned this specifically around the application time, just so everybody gets all that information that they need and is well prepared for the application.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about conferences. So here at MAPS, we're going to try our best to advertise to you guys all the different conferences that were available throughout the years. Or throughout this year. So conferences are really big events. So they usually have a whole bunch of different lectures, style like that. So AMEC here at the very top, the first bullet point of conferences, that's the super big conference every year. As a MAPS chapters, we are required to go to this event. So all the different MAPS chapters from across the United States are all going to come to this conference, and we're going to listen to a whole bunch of lectures from a whole bunch of different health professionals. Also at these conferences, you also get a chance to present your research poster as well. And so once you research at, or you present your poster at a national conference, you can actually put that on your resume. And it's a really great resume booster as well. So think about trying to attend these conferences because they really have a whole bunch of useful information, like how to study for the MCAT, how to write a personal statement. They actually go like super in depth with those events as well. Another thing to mention with these conferences, they are a little bit pricey for the tickets, but since you are a MAPS member, we will try our best to kind of lower the price for you and pay for some of the cost to attend these conferences. Just because we know how important these conferences are, we want you guys to attend as much as you can during your college career.
One other thing I'd add, Erin, too, is that these conferences, there's always typically a recruitment booth, or not a recruitment booth, but there'll be different booths from different universities, different programs like medical schools, dental schools, so forth at these different conferences. And so it's a really nice way for you to meet folks from different institutions that you might be thinking about applying to, and to make those connections, because that's a really great way to when you're applying to schools, to have a connection or somebody that you know at that school, so they remember you. And so, they hopefully offer you like an interview and so forth. So keep that in mind too when you go to these conferences, especially even the virtual ones. I know we are all burnt out with virtual and Zoom and so forth, but it is really important to attend these conferences, even if they are virtual, because a lot of times during these virtual conferences, a lot of people are not actually attending them. And so it's a really nice opportunity for you to take advantage of that. And you don't have to pay for travel or to go anywhere, but, in the comfort of your own home, to make all these connections is a really, really important piece of going to these conferences as well. And can I mention one other thing, Erin, as far as other events too? So this semester we'll also be, our office is holding an event on different medical specialties. We're hoping to do it throughout the year, but especially we're focusing on medical specialties that folks might not have heard about or might not be thinking about. I know when I started medical school, what I was exposed to was primary care. So I was thinking about being a pediatrician or a family medicine doc, which are awesome and great. And I would say that, the smartest physicians, but, I wasn't really exposed to psychiatry, and it wasn't really something that I was thinking about initially when I went into medical school. I ended up going into psychiatry, but it's just one of the reasons why we're holding this session is to expose students or as early as possible to the different medical specialties that are out there. So the first session we're having later this month will be on radiology. So not just like an MD, so a radiologist, but other radiology specialties. And then next month will be radiation oncology. A radiation oncologist will be speaking about that specialty. And then in November, Dr. Kanya Ferguson will be talking about dermatology. So you'll all be getting more information about that. And if you have other ideas of other specialties that you'd like to hear about, we're thinking about maybe ENT and or it's just like ear, nose, and throat doctors. We're thinking about that maybe for the spring. So just keep your eyes open out for your emails open for those announcements as well.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Del Castillo.
We also host volunteer opportunities. In the past, we volunteered at Hope Lodge, Melrose Meadows, and the Ronald McDonald House. Due to COVID last year, our opportunities were a little bit limited, but permitting for this year, I'm hoping that I can plan some volunteer events and have a few opportunities that we can all go out and help the community together as a group.
So for socials this year, we'll obviously try to follow COVID guidelines. The last year, I think first and second, we were basically all virtual. So this is pre-COVID, obviously, but if we do see that the conditions are right, we'll obviously try to get it to be in person so we can have that, human connection with everybody. It's a great place to just relax and meet people that are sort of like-minded like you guys are in the pre-health, pre-PA, pre-med, all of that stuff. It's a great way to meet other people who are maybe ahead of you in their track in life, and you can obviously gain a lot of experience from that. And it's just a great way to just meet everybody here.
Unfortunately, the University of Iowa Hospital and Clinics has suspended the physician shadowing program this semester. However, we are currently looking for virtual shadowing opportunities and we'll share them with you guys.
Okay, so the dues for this organization is $10 a semester or $20 a year. There are two ways you can pay this. The first way, and this is the way that most people would pay, is through the U-Bill. You can kind of see a screenshot on the top right. That's what it should look like. So basically, you'd print that out. You'd put your student ID, your name, you'd sign it, you'd put the date, and then you would either scan it or take a picture and send it to my email, which is up here. Or the other way you could do it is you could just Venmo me, my name right here, the dues, and I can just submit it for you. Either way works. And the link to the U-Bill is on the screen, and I also put it in the chat. Yeah, it's in the chat. So Erin, I was wondering, is there like a deadline for when everybody has to have these turned in? Or is it just as soon as they can?
As soon as they can.
Yeah, okay. So as soon as you can, the sooner the better, but there's no hard deadline. And the dues cover most of all of our events. The only thing it wouldn't cover would be the conferences. There would be an out-of-pocket cost for that, but everything else would be covered.
A little bit, one correction here. So when you do Venmo Alian, make sure that when you send him that Venmo, that you make the title U Iowa Maps bill or Maps dues, just so that it'll be a lot easier for him to kind of track.
Yeah.
And for the conferences, yeah, the cost of the tickets will be mainly out of pocket, but if you do message us, we will try our best to kind of cover some of the cost for those tickets. Next, we have our Google survey. I feel like most of you guys have already signed up for the survey because you guys have talked to us at the Student Org Fair. But if you have not filled out this survey yet, we will be sending a link in the chat, and you just click on that and fill it out. Basically, what that does is we'll just take your email and then we'll add it onto our email list. And then you get a whole bunch of emails about all the different events that we are going to have for this semester. There are also questions on there that kind of let us know what times work best for you and what days would be best to kind of hold an event. So if you haven't already yet fill out the survey, go ahead and do that.
All right, and also don't forget to follow us on our different social media accounts. So we have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. This is just a really good way. If you do follow us, we'll post about what events are going on. So like a day or two before, and then the day of, a story will be posted out. I know that a lot of times that when emails get sent out that you see it and then like a week later you forget about it. So like all of us are on social media, so it's a nice way to make sure that you don't forget about those events.
We're just going to stay on this slide for a little bit for everybody to kind of scan it, and then we'll move on to the next slide. Alrighty. So here is our contact information. You can contact me, Susan, as well as our treasurer, Elian, for any financial questions. So you can also find our emails on our Engage page as well. Just search up University of Iowa Engage, And then once you click on that page, just search up the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students, and all of our contact information should be there on that website. And that is going to be our last slide. So the executive board is going to stick around for a few minutes after the meeting to answer any questions you have. But if you have to leave, then you are free to go. Thank you everybody so much for coming to our meeting. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys at the rest of our events that we're going to plan for the semester. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.